Okay, good morning or good evening. Welcome back to trigonometry. We are working on our second problem dealing with the law of sines, law of cosines. So in this problem, we have to work out the side x here. Okay, let's work out the value of side x. Again, it's going to say the two decimal places. Okay, so two decimal places. We'll go ahead and do that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at that. So we'll figure out what that's going to be. No, I don't want you. I want this. All right. So we're going to go ahead and draw a little picture. So we've got my values here. We have our x value here. Okay, we've got a triangle. Okay, and then we've kind of got an angle over, so go like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill in the blanks here. So we've got 6 centimeters over here. We have a couple of angles that we're sitting here with. So 35 degrees over here. Okay, okay. We have 68 degrees up here. Okay. And I think that's the pieces that we actually needed here. Yep. And we have it listed as ABC, but we don't really care about that. Okay. Again, law of sines. So the idea for the law of sines, right? Because here we have an angle, angle, side, right? So we have angle, angle, side. That's not too bad. That doesn't spell out anything that makes me think like, oh, there could be two triangles here. Generally, since we're not looking for an angle, that's where the problem is. We're looking for a side. You're usually going to get the one right answer that they're going to have here. Okay. So again, notice that we have, I'm sorry, I didn't want to do that. Let's control Z. There we go. Okay. With the highlight it. So we have an angle and a side that are across from each other. And that's kind of what we're looking for. So we have our 68 degrees, we have our 6 centimeters. That's the key for being able to set these things up. So I want a side. So I'm going to say that we have 6 is to sine of 68 degrees because these are across from each other. Okay. And this is equal to x. And then what we're looking for is the opposite angle, right? So it's the angle and then the opposite side. Those are the ones that are paired. 68 and the 6, x and the 35 degrees. So here we go with sine of 35 degrees. And we have to solve for x here. So a little bit of algebra. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that we have 6 times the sine of 35 degrees divided by the sine of 68 degrees. That all is equal to x. And then we can go ahead and just sort that out. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at that and move my calculator here. Yeah, my calculator. So we have, let's see. So we want the sine, again, double check to make sure I'm in radian mode or degree mode rather. So that's okay. So we're going to be able to say the sine of 33. Don't forget to close your parentheses. Okay, divided by the sine of 68. Yeah, I'm going to close that parentheses. Oh, you know what? How about I not lie to you? And that's instead of saying 35 degrees, so let's go ahead and change that. So sorry about that. We're going to change that to a 35 degrees. Let's go ahead and change that. We'll delete and we'll say 35 degrees in parentheses. Insert parentheses. So we have 35 degrees divided by the sine of 68 degrees equals, and we're going to say times 6, right? So this x value, right, is going to be 3.71 centimeters. Okay. And that is how you solve one of those problems. In this case, we didn't have to worry about an angle. So the angle side is not a ambiguous case. It's only the side angle that's the ambiguous case. This one's fine. There is no double angle possibility. You're not going to get two triangles. Okay. So make sure you categorize, you diagnose like what kind of a thing you're getting for your problem, so you kind of have an idea as like what kind of a problem we're going to be solving here. We're only going to get the one problem. Okay. Could I have used law of cosines? No, because with law of cosines, we need two sides in the angle between them. We don't have that. So it's important to be able to like take an inventory, see what you have, and apply the correct formula for what's going to happen. All right. So for that, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching the video, and I will see you on the next one. All right, take care.